On October 7, 2014, the auction house Künker in Osnabrück is going to sell a special collection of English coins minted after 1658. On this occasion, we would like to tell you something about the country's coin history and present to you several hand-picked objects. Cromwell was never more powerful than at the time of his death on September 3, 1658. Parliament had offered him royal dignity the year before. Cromwell declined and instead had himself officially confirmed as Lord Protector in Westminster Hall. Of course, his picture was also minted on coins. Since 1656, he had the right to do so. The inscription reads, Olivar Dei Gratia Rerum Publicarum Angliae Scotiae Hiberniae, etc., Protector. That is, Oliver, by the grace of God, of the Republic of England, Scotland, Ireland, etc., Protector. The die used for this crown here was made in 1657. The date has been visibly changed to 1658. The die was made by famous die cutter Thomas Simon. Later, the Royal Mint sold several of his punches to the Netherlands. The Dutch used them to craft imitations of the Cromwell crowns. This piece has been manufactured with a Dutch die. When exactly, we don't know. Either shortly after 1658 or not until 1738. Because, as it happens, the Dutch dies eventually made their way back to England, where, during the reign of George I, they were used to mint several coins that are very rare today. Cromwell's Commonwealth died with him. Parliament reappointed Charles II, without major consequences for the English coin production. The head was replaced and the inscription altered to read Carolus Secundus Dei Gratia. Cromwell's die cutter Thomas Simon remained in office. Of this we have numismatic evidence, this petition crown, which is so rare that even we can offer nothing but an electrotype. Just look at this beautifully high relief, a masterpiece. Its creator engraved the following inscription on the coin's edge. Thomas Simon begs His Majesty most humbly to compare this sample to the Dutch pieces and to relieve him, should the design be more true to life, more elegant, and executed with greater precision. There was one noticeable numismatic innovation under Charles II. It was during his reign that Britannia found her way onto the coin reverse. Thanks to Samuel Pepys, we even know who she was modeled on. Charles II paid homage to the beauty of Frances Teresa Stuart, even though, or perhaps because, she refused to become his mistress. Charles II was succeeded by James II. This set of Maundy money was manufactured under his rule. Maundy money is an integral part of a traditional English ceremony that is still being held today on Maundy Thursday, the day before Good Friday. The king visits the poor and distributes small silver coins made specifically for that occasion. James II was not popular with his subjects. They believed he was much too tolerant towards Catholics. So a number of politicians asked William III of Orange to take over the rule. William had married Mary, James II's daughter. In England, this event is known as the Glorious Revolution. The coins of the new royal couple show both rulers, Mary as the link to the old king, establishing continuity, and William, her husband, the new king. In 1694, Mary died at the young age of 32. Her husband continued in sole reign. He was left with a difficult legacy. Louis XIV dreamt of world domination. To compete with France, William had to enlarge and strengthen his armada, and that was an expensive enterprise. In order to raise funds for his armada, the king signed a privilege that was to become the founding document of the Bank of England. From then on, an institution officially took care of the kingdom's monetary affairs. In 1696, it was decreed that all coins in circulation should be demonetized and replaced by new coins. The reason for the monetary exchange was the old coins' heavy wear and weight reduction due to edge smoothing. But the undertaking was too comprehensive to be dealt with by London alone. Additional mints were set up, whose coins were marked by different letters: B for Bristol, Y for York, C for Chester, and N for Norwich. Only London didn't deem it necessary to mark its coins separately. William's and Mary's marriage had been childless. so Mary's sister Anne succeeded William to the throne. Under the Act of Union, she united England and Scotland as Great Britain in 1707. The coat of arms indicates if a crown was minted before or after the Act of Union. The old reverse shows the English coat of arms with the 3 lions at the top and the Scottish coat of arms with the rearing lion to the right. The new coins depict the united coat of arms of both nations twice, on the top and on the bottom. Queen Anne's silver coins inscribed with the word Vigo on the obverse are particularly famous. They remind the beholder of the sack of Vigo, a great success of the English Armada, which succeeded in capturing a large part of the Spanish fleet's silver. Anne also died without leaving behind an immediate descendant, so George I of Brunswick-Lüneburg followed her to the throne. He was pretty unpopular in England. No wonder. He didn't speak English and preferred to stay in Hanover. His absence provided ideal circumstances for the growing importance of the English Parliament in the political day-to-day business. His personal coat of arms can be found on the English coin reverse. The 2 lions are the symbol of Brunswick, the rearing lion of Lüneburg, and the trotting horse of Hanover. The crown of Charles the Great in the center was a personal touch added by the king himself. George I was succeeded by his son, George II. He issued crowns modeled on the Vigo issues in 1745 and 1746. Their obverse reads, Lima. Only there is no naval victory of Lima. British naval hero George Anson had captured the silver from Spanish ships on raids during his voyage around the world. Minting had become a problem in the 18th century. The old mint in the Tower rejected all suggested innovations. Under George III, it was so impoverished that its capacities could only cover a minimum of circulation coin production. This shilling from 1763 dates back to that period. It was designed for distribution in Ireland when the new viceroy would march in. Cash shortage was so urgent that factories and traders began producing their own small coins. The government was likewise trying to find a solution. Matthew Bolton from Birmingham was commissioned to mint 1 and 2 pennies in his Soho mint. Due to their size, the new coins were humorously called cartwheels by the people. And rightly so, as the 2-pence piece with its 56.66 grams is indeed the heaviest British coin ever minted for circulation. For silver coins, one made do with Spanish coins, whose value was fixed at 4 shillings and 9 pence with a small additional die. And promptly there was another saying on the streets, 2 kings and not even worth 1 crown, as the English crown was fixed at 5 shillings. The Bank of England also issued an emergency coinage in Birmingham. The situation didn't change until the new mint was opened on London's Tower Hill. It cost £300,000 and had the most up-to-date technology of its time at its disposal. It developed into one of Europe's leading mints that would be minting coins and medals for many nations in the 19th century. The first great success came with the coins designed by Benedetto Pistrucci. Commissioned by the Royal Mint, the Italian artist created his St. George. Vivant Denon, director of the competing Monnaie de Paris, enthused over the sample of this coin as the most beautiful coin in all of Europe. Many British monarchs retained this image on their own coins. George IV, Queen Victoria, her son Edward VII, and George VI. We, the auction house Künker, would like to invite you to our October auction sale 2014. If we have sparked your curiosity with this film, we cordially invite you to join us at our auction sale 255 on October 7, 2014. Please do not hesitate to contact us should you have any further questions.